It's no problem.
But yeah.
All right, just tell me when y'all are ready for me to start running.
Let me
you're not
do
on
this and this. And is there audio?
I mean there is, I suppose, but I might have to change some settings in my voice and video.
I can hear it at least.
Oh, you can hear
You can
it?
hear the background?
Okay,
Yeah, do you hear like
I hear
these
it.
clicks and stuff?
Yep. We're good.
All right, I'm good to start.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Sorry, by the way, the timer starts when here, I'm gonna actually get on the ship first. The timer starts when I type in assurance, I pull the lever, and then there'll be like a random seed screen that appears. Once that disappears, that's when the timer is going to start.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Chill. All right. So this is assurance, also known as ASS. All right, so start the timer now.
Done.
So this first part is called the assurance jump, which you basically just jump off this rock onto the pipe, and then you can get inside the fire exit in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
And right now, on quota 1, you need about 200 scrap per day to get to Titan on the second quota, which is the best map, and you need it for your money, or you need to just to get the money. So I have a lot of large items here, which is unfortunate because ideally you only want to take one trip pack every single day. But that's okay. I can take multiple trips. I'm okay with that.
What made you want run this game?
I just saw high quota. I had fun playing this game casually, and a lot of people were doing high quota stuff. And I found it really interesting. And then I found out about the speedrunning, and I was like, dang, this looks like a really fun challenge run. So this right here is main entrance. I can tell because of the glow. So this is the main entrance room. I have about, with that big bolt, maybe like 160 or so. And there's really not much here right now. This is kind of a bad seed, but it's okay. I'm gonna head back through here. I mean, yeah, this run is just trying to find the loot in a timely fashion. Is essentially about it.
Fabix is asking for a face cam.
No face cam. I want my money back. I want to be completely honest. I don't think this is enough scrap for me to continue this one.
It's fine.
In these trips, yeah, I think it's gonna be a reset for me. I apologize, but this might happen a few times. Fabix, you gotta donate if you want face cam. I think that's what that's what I need.
That's a good
donate to the charity.
That's true.
All right, and start timer. But my closest run is I've had a run where I had literally everything I needed, and I was about to leave. I was about 5 seconds away from the only part of the run where you can actually die. That's left in the run, and I died to a bracken, which is an enemy in the game that will instantly snap your neck silently.
Oh.
That's not good. It's a pretty bad turret spawn there, unfortunately. But I have two things of bottles. Usually it takes me on average around 10 or so resets to get a run. This is looking like another one of those. So ideally you want to find a lot of loot rooms early on because those will spawn stuff. So rooms that are open with shelves and stuff on them.
Yeah.
And you want to try and just take out 1 or 2 inventories worth 200 or so. Start timer.
Oh wait.
I won't try and reset too much though. I won't go for a crazy, sub 10-minute quota 1, but quota 1 ideally, in this circumstance, I'd want about a 15 or so minute time. That's a turret spawn there. So that was a red soda back there. Those can go up to 80 scrap value, which are really good, but that one was bad. And there's another one worth the exact same amount. So I have 60 in 2 items. So I'm just like it's very much also math alongside the RNG. So you kind of just have to go with the math as you play. So I'm gonna try to sneak around this turret. I'm really just looking for areas that are easy to like find loot. So staircase rooms and loot rooms are gonna be the best spots to look. Like this is a loot room here. It spawns no items. But we have a large axle here. I just need one more item and then I'm gonna call that a first day. And this is a conveyor room here, which is a pretty good room for loot. That's gonna give me an egg beater, which is worth a decent amount. And if I have enough to justify, I will take a second trip sometimes. With that magnifying glass, I think I will take 2 trips this run. And I think this is where I get the run off the ground, but plastic fish. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2 trips here. Lootless loot room, true fabrics. I'm reading your chat, Swamp.
Yeah.
You're doing your job.
Don't worry about it.
You know, I find it funny how most of the Lethal Company speedrunners I've met were all just directionally challenged, which is really funny considering that this game is like all mazes.
Yeah, it is.
It's really remembering the mazes one part of the run. I left a large axle somewhere. I'm gonna be honest, I got no fucking clue where that is. Oh, excuse me. Am I meant to swear here? I don't.
Yeah, you can. Don't worry.
All right. Sorry, I apologize. But
I think it would be preferred if you keep it to a minimum. That's all.
okay. I apologize.
That's fine.
I think the axle is back through. I don't know where it was. What do duo?
Wait, are there actually dual runs in Lethal Company?
Yeah, a lot of people do duos. 206 and 2 trips, honestly, is not that bad. A lot of people do duos. I argue that it's actually more skillful because
Coordination.
you have to communicate and stuff a lot better, and you have to like route with your duo in a more timely fashion.
That's true.
So that's a drop down right there. So you can jump on that and then drop your items down instead of having to climb all the way back up to fire exit.
Yep.
And then this is like just called I don't even really know what it's called. I call it juggling, where you just drop the item because your speed is based on your weight. So in the top left there it says 34 pounds. When I drop this item, I go down to 18. So since you move the same speed going forwards and backwards, it's more optimal to drop items to move faster with lower weight. And then I'm gonna go back for the second trip, and then we can leave the first day. I also use an application called Lethal Tracker, which just tracks my scrap value and such as I run, which is helpful because it'll show me my average per day. It'll show me how much I need to meet the next quota and stuff. And it's a good tool for just keeping track of your run, knowing if it's good or not scrap wise.
Yeah.
So this day isn't super fast. Like I said, I'm kind of gonna force a run a little bit here. That there's a baboon hawk. They're pretty harmless. They're relatively shy, but if you leave loot out, they might steal it.
Little bees.
Yeah, I think my personal best quota 1 is quota 1 on a quota 10 run was a 8-minute and 30 quota 1, which was like really good. I got pretty much all the item spawns I needed. So the goal over the 3 days is to get 568 scrap to complete the first quota, which will give you enough money to go to Titan. And like I said, Titan is the meta moon on version 40, which is the version of the game that I'm running on, because the Titan is better and also the fall damage is better. Like, you can't make that jump on the newer versions. It will kill you.
Oh.
So most runners agree that version 40 is at the very least more optimal. There's Steam here, which is fine. I can just turn that off for now.
Hey, you gangsta.
1 egg beater. And hopefully this is unlocked, and it's locked. Okay, that's
Down-matching?
unfortunate.
What is that?
Which
I
means
don't
I'll
know.
have to go main entrance here, which will lose me about 30 seconds or so. But I have 3 items, so I'll take these 3 to the middle point. And currently the weather is rainy, which means that there are sinkholes in certain spots, but you can avoid them just by telling, because the ground will be like darker. I don't know if there's any near me, but if I see any, I'll point them out and show everybody.
Sometimes I get confused by the shadows that they are actually.
Yeah.
sinkholes.
So this right here is a sinkhole. If I were to go in it, as you can see, you sink in. Yeah, but sometimes shadows can mess up, and sometimes sinkholes can be like nearly invisible if it's on like the edge of a hill or something. They like the texture will spawn in the ground, and you can die to that, I suppose. And this is a locker room, which is like considered like the best type of room, because these lockers can spawn to like 6 items. Unfortunately, these lockers spawned absolutely nothing.
Oh no.
Which is actually really bad luck. But I do have another item here, and then I have that conveyor room again, which is a pretty solid room for finding loot and scrap. But we did not get any item spawns in this room. I think it can spawn up to like 6 or 7 on assurance in this small little areas. I'd say a lot of the knowledge or like skill that comes out of the game is just knowing item spawns and understanding like how maps will generate, like understanding what's a dead end and what isn't. But a lot of the time it is kind of just a crapshoot on whether you're gonna get blessed by RNGesus. This day isn't fantastic, but it should give us enough to continue this one. The main entrance route is further than the fire exit route, so which is why people go fire exit, not just because it is faster to get into, but it's faster to get back to ship from. We're just gonna do more juggling and stuff. But yeah, these runs are very much endurance heavy. You just got to be able to kind of know what risks to take and what risks not to take, especially on the high risk moons. Like we've only seen that one baboon hawk enemy the entire run, but I will assure you on Titan it gets much more stressful when it comes to enemy spawns. More dangerous enemies will spawn. More frequently enemies will spawn, and bad combinations of enemies can just like completely destroy your run.
Completely up to RNG, basically.
Yeah. So like I said, this quota one time is definitely not something I'd probably take on a normal run.
Yeah.
But it's okay because it's good enough for just showcasing the strats and stuff. And as long as I make it to Titan, who cares about quota 1? Even the some of the best runs have pretty bad quota 1 times, which are the first 3 days that you spend on assurance. So you have 350 on ship here, it looks like. And that means that I will need about 220 or 218 more. So that was like a 144 day. Yep. The best weather condition is open, which is what's currently, because it doesn't show any weather. But the worst one is probably either stormy or eclipsed, because eclipsed enemies will spawn at any time. Instead of them spawning frequently later in the day, they'll just start spawning pretty much immediately. And then stormy is bad because lightning will start to strike your items, and it will lose you a lot of time. I'm getting some really bad turret spawns today.
The lightning can also kill you as well, right?
Yes, lightning will kill you if you do not drop your items in time.
Oh yeah.
I have 3 bottles, which is unfortunate because bottles are 2-handed items, which means you can only take one of them at a time in each trip.
It's like the worst enemy to like deal with in the game.
It's the Bracken room, which hardly ever spawns an item, unfortunately. And I will take like 3 trips on this one because I do need quite a decent amount of stuff. I think another underrated skill that you have to have when speedrunning Lethal Company is the movement and such.
That makes sense,
Oh,
actually.
Like a lot of people I've watched when they first play the game and all that miss jumps and get flustered by stuff like turrets. But you
Yep.
kind of just have to work around enemies and all that. Like every obstacle, like turrets and like monsters and stuff, you just have to understand their pathing and all that, and understand how to deal with them and counter them. So it looks like the only way to go is past that turret, unfortunately, again, to get those other bottles. Kind of being a little annoying right now. It is okay. We will go for these trips I currently have. There's items through there, but I don't have a key to get them, so every way is locked for me at the moment. I'm going to start dropping stuff down here, so that way I can bring it all back easily. Any tips for Lethal Company in general? Just don't panic. If you panic when something like this happens, or when you see an enemy, you are going to do significantly
Perish.
worse.
Yeah.
It is going to ruin your like mental. And I think just playing the game enough will make you more calm. Like even I still get jump scared by certain things in this game. Like the bracken can mess me up sometimes, but yeah, you just have to understand how to counter everything and to stay calm, and then just think about where you're at and your positioning.
It's the highest value
I
item in the
think
game.
one underrated aspect as well is being able to do the math. The amount of times that I have lost runs because I can't add 17 plus 15, it's more than I'd like to admit, to be honest. So if you can do math, then you'll probably be chilling. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I might have to go main entrance here, because I don't know if those 3 bottles plus 2 other items is enough. It'd be close, but I'd like to grab at least one more thing before I take off on the ship.
By the way, Bully, I would like to ask you if you know
Thank you
what
for
15
the
plus 17 is
sub.
now.
15 plus 17 is 32.
Great.
Shit. Was I
Yeah,
muted the whole time?
I've been
Oh, yeah, you were
learning.
Swamp.
Oh man. I was trying to talk to you guys. Fuck.
Uh,
I was like asking what was the most expensive item in the game.
oh, so the most expensive item I believe is gold bar. But there are ranges for items. So a gold bar can be like 210 scrap value, but it can also be as low as 108 or something like that. Also, good lamps are pretty good items as well. They're two-handed though, so that's their only thing. Wait, the fire exit's right here? Okay. Well, I found fire exit again, I suppose. I'll take that. Saves me a little bit of time. Best weightless items are air horns and laser pointers. Thank you, Fabix. Yeah. There is also to take into consideration like the weight of the items.
Yeah.
So for runs like 1 quota, where it's all about getting really low weight items right next to entrances,
Yeah.
if you could have item that is like 0 weight or a full 0 weight inventory, that is pretty much the most optimal as it can get. Right now I'm kind of in the like danger zone when it comes to like outdoor monsters spawning, like eyeless dogs, sandworms, and forest keepers. But
Yeah.
Usually don't have to worry about the ladder on assurance because they have like a really low chance of actually spawning the forest keepers. If I end up encountering any, I'll explain what they do. But yeah, I'll just talk about that. Perfume bottles are another good one. Perfume bottles can be over 100 in value. But unlike in other categories, where time is like a really big consideration, or like multiplayer categories, in solo, the biggest thing is just about getting them enough money to make it to each quota. And now you're gonna go to company building,
Where you can actually sell all the stuff.
where you can actually sell everything. And you need to sell 568, which may not sound like enough for Titan, considering that Titan cost $700, but overtime bonus will account for it because people have made calculators, which include the overtime bonus and such.
Cheater allegation coming from Fabrics.
Wait, why am I getting cheater allegations?
Yep.
It's a lot coming from the guy who sold my run last night. I sold more than just one run, sir. put some respect on the run seller. No, me and Fabrics are cool. Fabrics is almost good at the game at this point, so.
Almost.
I just need. So one important thing about the company building monster is that it can only hold up to a total of 9 items. So when you see it open like that, you know it's gonna take the items soon. But just entering stuff into my spreadsheet, my little calculator over here, lethal tracker. Because when you have more than 9 items, you will need to sell a few at a time. And I think it's really interesting that the meta, since this game is so new, is still evolving. Like for a long while, people thought that the extension ladder was like the best item you could have in solo and duo and stuff, because you could drop items from Titan right onto the ship. But people have found new ways to drop items and new ways to play the game that are really interesting. Like people are trying to go for sub 2 hour quota 10 runs, which is just absurd. And it will take a long while. But all right, well, this is not a quota one I would necessarily be happy with in a normal run, but it's okay because we're gonna now showcase Titan, which is always the more fun part of the run. Everyone agrees that going on assurance and resetting your run over and over again to get the loot you want is gotta be the most boring part. So right now I'm waiting to type in Titan, which I will do there, because the way you can tell is your cursor will stutter on the screen for a second, and then you can type in C to confirm to go to Titan. And now I'm entering the terminal to do a scan, which will scan for the amount of items and the amount they're worth. So this is 25 objects worth 2,800. It won't actually be worth 2,800, but it will be worth about half of that usually. So this is like a 1,200 day, which is pretty bad for this map actually. And it is also stormy today. You see the rain, and you may have heard or seen the lightning.
Yep.
This will electrocute your items and could get you killed. And it can also just do it by complete random chance. I've had a few really runs die because lightning just strikes and then immediately kills me. So currently it's pitch black in the facility, which is not ideal. Obviously, you want to be able to see. But as you can see on Titan, you can find items way more easily. I've already found 4 things just right by the entrance. And ideally, I want to find as many items as I can without going into the maze, which is the part of the map that generates. So this is the maze here. You can see there's just long corridors with pretty much nothing in them until you find more loot rooms. So essentially, you want to avoid going in those as much as you can, unless you absolutely have to get the scrap. I'm gonna go left here to just check one more time. And one big thing to note about fire exit is that it is important because it can generate close or it can generate really far from main entrance, which is ideal because you want to be able to cover the most ground possible.
Ah.
So you want your fire exit at one end of the map and you want your main entrance at the other, so that way you can have pretty much the whole map cleared.
It's a cool way of thinking,
And
actually. 'Cause I
in
always thought. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I always thought that, well, for safety reasons, like the fire exit is a good, like, fire exit in case like I get lost.
Sure. In speedrunning, you just need your items to be, or your things to be. So one thing that's concerning there is that door's open and I didn't open that, which means that something else did.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Which means that a monster is somewhere about here, which is not great for me, because it could be anything from a harmless loot bug to a bracken, which I have a bad history with. I'll just put it that way. If you know, you know.
Bracken PTSD.
It's bad. I do have it. I'll take the 2 items from fire here, and I'm just gonna leave, because you still have to be time sensitive, and you don't want to be too greedy. So as you can see, the items, what they do is they drop all the way down here. Oh my god, I almost got struck by that lightning. So that's the new meta, is to drop the items and they'll land all the way down there. So you can bring everything back without dropping it twice. You just got to drop it all the way down to the bottom once.
Smart.
So those items are electrocuted, you can tell because of that flashing. And it's still executed because I can hear it and you can still see it, obviously. So I'm just going to wait for that to stop. And then we're going to bring these back and leave. So this day was pretty bad. On average, you'll want about 410 to 420 scrap, and that was only about 360. The lightning just struck the ship there, which is why the lights went out. But 366 could be worse, considering that that was a really bad scan. So there was not much loot inside at all. So I got an okay amount. It wasn't super fast, but that's okay. And it's basically just this for a lot of the run, but that's a pretty good scan. And I checked this the sun there to make sure it wasn't blacked out, which means an eclipse, which, like I talked about earlier, means that enemies will start spawning immediately. And on Titan, it is significantly more risky on an eclipse because way more entities and enemies can spawn, which will get you killed easier, obviously. So that's a little bit of stair tech there, how I jumped on the railing and then jumped on the ladder. It saved me like a second or two to get inside the facility every time, which it's not massive time, but it's a little bit of interesting tech that the community has discovered. Got a rubber ducky, which is my personal favorite item. Oh, okay, so that is Ghost Girl, which means she haunts you, and once she starts skipping, you better run. And since I looked at her and messed up, it means that she will start attacking me sooner. It won't be immediate. It probably won't even be the next time I see her or hear her. Usually, you try not to look at her, but she kind of spawned in an unavoidable spot at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest way to avoid her is just by not looking at her. Like I hear her breathing right now, and then I heard the breathing stop, so now I'm just gonna let that go. And that really sucks because it not only puts you in danger of her jumping at you and skipping at you, but it puts you on a timer because you better get out before she starts skipping, or else she'll just blow your head off. Is basically the way to describe it. It's a clown horn as well. Shout out Loki. I'm just gonna try and get maybe 1 or 2 more things here and then leave. Unfortunate that she spawned this early because I really don't get to look around. I'm just gonna take what I got here and then dip. So this is going to be a pretty fast day, but it won't be a great day loot-wise. Keep misdropping the stuff here. I'm really not doing the tech justice. I was pretty consistent at it last night. I don't know what happened, but gonna put our items in the ship, and then go grab that last inventory full of stuff, and then we're out. Sure, I didn't drop anything else. Nope. At least some of the items were worth a decent amount. Like that laser pointer was worth $98. That rubber duck was pretty good, and yeah, that tea kettle was a decent item. And pretty much you go on every single day in solo, unlike in team game modes where you'll skip the bad days, like skip the bad scans. In solo, you have to go every day, or else you're just not going to get enough money.
Interesting.
And the only time you really skip is when it is an eclipse, because monsters that can just instantly kill you will be spawning in most of the time unavoidable spots on this map. 34 objects.
High risk, way small reward compared to the risk.
Yes. Sometimes it's okay to do it. Like if it's the first day of the it's the first day of the second quota and you have nothing on ship, no scrap on ship, it's okay to go in, because if you die, you don't lose your stuff anyway. But if it's later in the run, usually you wouldn't do it unless you absolutely need the money. I would like to get like a decent like 700-800 day one of these times to keep things going smooth, but it's okay. Just got to be patient and let the run play out, because sometimes you'll have a run that feels just impossible. You don't have enough scrap in the slightest, so you're thinking about resetting, and then boom, you get like 1,000 days in a row and your run is revived. So this is a really bad generation for main, because it leads directly to maze with no loot room, or pretty much no objects as well. But I'm going to fire exit. I might go and try a little bit more at. I don't like a blind jump like this. It's okay. Able to hit it. So this is the locker room I was talking about. Unfortunately, it spawned no lockers, which means no loot. But I have had locker rooms that have given me like 800 plus scrap on their own.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's really hit or miss. Like that one gave me $30. Sometimes they'll give me 500. So that was main entrance I saw on the left there, which is not ideal, because it means that I probably won't be finding any new loot rooms that I haven't already either seen or that didn't spawn. But I would really like to have a few more items coming out of this final day. But that is some steam, which isn't good because you can't see through it, obviously. I do hear something spawning. So this is a jester, and they're harmless at first. They'll just follow you around for a little bit. But once you start once you hear them start playing Pop Goes the Weasel, it can be over for you. And one thing I'm hesitant about right now is actually making that jump back, because the jester will like get on the thing to push you off. So there goes Pop Goes the Weasel is what he's playing. So that means I gotta get out, or in about 15 seconds he will pop and just chase you down until you're dead. But I'm going to leave now with just the 3 items. So this is a pretty bad quota 2, but it's okay because it gives us enough to go back, and that doesn't necessarily mean the run is dead. It just means that we gotta get better looks in the later parts of the run. So this should be about a 32-minute quota 2, but now time to put the calculator in. So if I have $43 on ship, I need to sell 700. I need to sell 599 scrap, which I already have more than. I currently have, with this day, shoot, that's not my calculator. I know you guys can't see this, but I have $772 because I've been tracking that using my calculator, and I need to sell 599 of it. Company building can get a little boring in solo at times, but it's okay because Jeb's a friendly little monster.
Being the company monster name.
Yes, Jeb being the tentacle arm that will grab your loot as you put it on the till. So 599, 430. So I'm missing about 170 should be. I don't know if that's quite enough. Wait, oh no, this isn't gonna scan. Okay. I don't know how much that last item that I put on there was. Probably around 50, but I don't think it's quite enough. I think we're gonna be about a few dollars short. 597. We are just like $2 short of what we needed. So I'm gonna have to oversell and sell this pill bottle. It's the cheapest item I currently have on the ship. So I'll sell that. And then pull. So yeah, it's gonna be about 3150 or so. So I sold 632 there, which leaves us with 140 on ship, which is not great, but it's okay. It will get better. Then we're going back to Titan. For this, for every quota going forward and every day, you're going to Titan. It is just the best for loot and on the moons that spawn a lot of loot, the paid moons, the tier 3 ones, what they're called. It's gonna be the best one because you can get inside the facility fastest.
I see.
So that was 36 objects worth 4,500, which is a pretty good scan here. Anything above like 3,500 scrap value is a good scan. So that one was like really good, but the scan doesn't tell you everything you need to know a lot of the time, or if not most of the time, the generation. So where the items spawn, what loot rooms they'll spawn in, how close it is to the entrances matters a lot as well.
Yeah.
That's 3 items right at the main entrance though, which is quite nice. So that makes 4. That is the maze. Supposed to have that pill bottle and big bolts. This is probably a dead end here. Yep. Usually once you find maze, pretty much everything else is going to be dead ends. Unless it will connect to the maze eventually. Because the maze is the one part of the generation that goes deepest into the map. And can give you really nice loot rooms if you don't get lost and if it's not really far from where you need to be. So I'm actually gonna start dropping stuff outside already, just so that way I don't have to worry about doing it later. But let us go loot around this way first. So this is a loot room right here, which is good. Hopefully it gives me some decent stuff. Unfortunately, that's fire exit, which you never really want to run into, because that means that removes a point of loot for you to get stuff from. But I'm gonna grab these teeth, and then I'm gonna go across that jump on the right side there, and then whatever I get from over there, I'll call it a day. So far it hasn't been bad. Very nice. I got a loot room here. Just had one item though, unfortunately. And I'm gonna need to leave now because everything else is a maze. So it does suck when you get a really good scan and you can't capitalize a ton, but I got enough items here. This should be around a 400 to a 450 day, which is right around the ballpark I'm shooting for how much scrap I'll need per day.
Oh, by the way, because you just picked the thief, I'm pretty sure those can attract the eyeless dogs, right? Or
Yeah, that is correct. So there are certain items that make noise, like the toy robot, the teeth, and if you switch to the rubber ducky, it will make a noise as well. All of those items attract the eyeless dog, which, if you're unfamiliar with that enemy, it has absolutely zero sight at all, but it can hear pretty much every movement you make. And the only way to counter it is by crouch walking or crouch sprinting, which is spamming crouch while sprinting, which is some actually really cool tech. And by just not making any noise with your items or talking if you're using in-game voice, which I will not be because this is solo. So I have push to talk on, which means that dogs will not hear me when I'm talking in a game unless I turn my push to talk or unless I enable my push to talk. 35 objects worth 3,600, so that's a decent enough scan. And with that last day, I'm kind of sitting pretty comfortably this quota with making enough to go back to Titan at some point. But at the moment, yeah, it's just about just trying to get this loot in. And so far it's been uneventful monster-wise. I've only had to really explain the Jester. But there will become situations where you'll have a Jester cranking a coil head and a Bracken and then like a Thumper or something. And that's when it gets chaotic. That's when it gets stressful. And that's when, like, I think you kind of have to be skilled at the game to escape a situation like that. Coilhead is the best enemy, Favik says. Is this a locker room? Again, unfortunately, with no lockers, I'm really getting bad locker room luck at the moment. But hey, that just means that there's more for it later on in the run, hopefully.
True.
That's, yeah, exactly. That's my copium. So there's actually 4 pretty decent items, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. And since I can actually go fire exit here, since I haven't found it from main entrance, it is very nice. Alright, so I have 3 items here. Make that 5. And I'm just trying to find a few more things before or so I don't have to enter the maze. It looks like there's a little bit more areas that will spawn items commonly before I will bounce. So painting is a good item because it's just worth a lot usually. That one wasn't a good painting at all. That was only worth 60, but they can go up to like 130.
Dang.
So paintings can really bless up sometimes. I'd say overall this run hasn't been great for the luck aspect, but it's okay because we're still getting a decent enough amount of loot here. Make sure I didn't leave anything else behind. And then I'm gonna take all these items and leave. To drop everything down first. It's the only item I dropped. That's nice. And sometimes if you are low enough in weight, you can drop all, or you can jump straight from there right down onto the ship. So it's currently foggy today. The only way I'd know my way around this map is just how much I've played it. But yeah, you kind of just go slightly to the right here off the ship to get to the stuff, and then you'll run into this, and it's underneath. And that is where the items will be dropped at. And then let's grab these last items that I left outside the ship. So that day wasn't terrible. It could have been better, but I definitely would complain about that. That should be about around 500, if not a little bit more. So our average is slowly rising. Yeah, 519. And that's doing us decent. So that's the last day of the quota. Just gonna try and go in and get as much loot as I can, if it is not eclipsed.
Hopefully it is not. Yeah.
Right to 4400, and it's open. So 4400 is a pretty decent enough skin that I feel comfortable that I think I could get, you know, about 500 from this. Obviously, like I said, it always depends on the spawns of the items, but it still has a, you know, scans still help for sure. And one, like, you know, small argument, it's not really like a strat thing or anything, but some people prefer to go to the fire exit before they go to main entrance. I'm a person who strongly believes in main entrance. So that's the apparatus there, which, oh, that's a spore lizard. Oh, and a bracken.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so bracken, I saw its glowing eyes from the distance, which means I'll have to start checking my back or else it will snap my neck completely silently. But those are like the two laggiest enemies in the game. Especially on this version where the game is not quite as optimized. Pretty sure this is maze. Okay, so spore lizard's not angry. Spore lizards are really actually quite friendly, and they'll just run away. They'll occasionally bite you if you get really close to them, but they're not a threat.
I see.
They're one of the few entities where you can kind of just brush them off. So this glow is locked. I don't think I have any keys. But if I do, I'm going to go grab that apparatus and I'll check ship for keys. If I don't have them, I can just leave with a bad day and just take what I got.
I mean, better than nothing, right?
Exactly. It's better than having to skip this day to an eclipse or something. But there's definitely items past there if I have a key to grab them. Which I'm not confident that I do, but I don't know if I don't know for sure if I have one or not. I think I may have dropped it already. No, I do have a key. Okay, that's nice. I always put my keys on that little counter there. That's just a personal thing. You don't have to do that to be as good as a runner as me. I'm kidding. But there are some seriously mind-blowing runners in this game. You know, watching me play, you might think, oh, it's just RNG and luck, but there are people who consistently top the leaderboards because of some aspects of their skill that I just can't even achieve.
Interesting.
Like Tipper, he's absolutely crazy. He's so good at the game. I don't know how he does it. He plays a lot. He's consistent. He's fast every time. I'm checking my back here a lot because I'm scared of that bracken, which could end my run at any given moment.
But yeah, for a game like Lethal Company, you would not expect it to like actually have skill involved.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I think it's really cool that there are runners who prove that. See, that's that bracken. So I kept looking back because he was trying to sneak up on me there. But yeah, I think it's cool that there are runners who prove that wrong, and who are able to use like actually use the skill that a lot of people discredit as just luck. I'm gonna take these items and get out of here. So I dropped everything else at ship. Unfortunately, not a good day. But not everything can be a winner. And that was the last day. We're going to go to company building after that. Take a sip of my water as well. That was a pretty decent quota compared to the second one. But I still will need to get like maybe like an 800 or so day to keep things going on a good pace. So I have to sell
Stuff up.
Wait, sorry,
you,
what'd
like,
you say?
Just keep stacking things up in the later quotas, right?
Exactly. I'm just waiting for the luck is gonna hit eventually. I hope. At the moment, I'm just trying to sell everything. So currently, I need to sell 622 scrap, and I don't actually want to use apparatus because with apparatus, it doesn't show up on the scans, which will make it confusing for the math and might cause me to oversell or undersell. And that's another strategy is sprint juggling there, where I'm running back or sprinting backwards while carrying the item. You can do it on company building, which is the most common spot, but you can also do it on other areas, just like bringing items back also works. Make sure I'm not overselling. 629, that's almost perfect. I'm just gonna press the bell until Jeb opens up. So I heard him open up there, and now we're just gonna hit the lever. I don't even have to wait for the items to be sold. So I sold 629 there, unless I missed something, which I hopefully didn't. Okay, perfect. And then we're gonna go back to Titan, obviously. $506. Quota rolls are also important. So quotas can vary. They're not just set every time. It doesn't just go from 130 to 200 to 400 to 700. There are ranges that they can spawn in. And obviously, the lower the quota, the better, because it means less scrap you have to sell.
Oh yeah, and does it like increase off the like? Correct me if I'm wrong, but does it increase off the previous quota?
It can. It is indicative. So if one quota, let's say, is like 30 under, it's more likely that the next quota is also going to be lower. But it doesn't mean that you can't get a quota roll that maybe is higher than what it's predicted to be.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
So like most things, it's some more luck. But make do with what you got. And I think another important part of lethal company running is just keep a level head and understand that you're I don't want to crush anyone's dreams here, but you're never going to get the perfect run. That's I think a task that even the best runners aren't shooting for. They're shooting for a personal best. They're shooting for a run that they're happy with. But you still have to get extremely lucky to get situations like that where things are fully optimized. It is really interesting because there are certain categories that are like pretty much perfect. The quota 1 category, for example, is about I'd say you could cut maybe 10 seconds off of it. Which sounds like a lot considering that the run is only two and a half minutes long, but accounting for all the RNG you need to cut those 10 seconds off, it's probably never gonna happen. And that's actually like really cool in my opinion. Unfortunately, fire exit is right here again, so I won't have to go through there, or I don't get to go through there, I should say. And then I have a decent amount of stuff. And then I'd say another category that is pretty much fully optimized is solo quota 1 beehives. Beehives are banned in almost every category unless you are running the beehive category or beehive section of that category. So in quota 10, you're not allowed to grab beehives, which kind of sucks because it makes it a little bit more reset heavy. I'd argue.
Why you're not allowed to?
Sorry, what was that?
May I ask why you're not allowed to grab beehives?
Because in a lot of categories, it would just allow people to reset until they got really good beehives, and then play the run off of that. And it would kind of change the whole trajectory if they got a crap ton of beehives.
cheat prevention, if you will.
In a way, and then the leaderboards have made their own beehives category, and there's even beehives 10 quota, but no one runs it because I think people really want that, not necessarily competitive, like competing against each other aspect, but they want the aspect of being able to have runs to compare to and be on a leaderboard that means a lot. Like the quota 10 leaderboard is really prestigious. So this is an eclipse, this is what I'm talking about, where the sun is blotted out. And I don't know if we'll see or hear anything. I don't know if anyone can pick up, but there's very faint thumping in the distance.
We can hear it.
Loud thumping. That means there's a forest keeper or a giant, which are completely deaf, but they can see you from really far away. And also on the cam there, that's an eyeless dog, which we talked about earlier. Can't see you, but it can hear you super well. So yeah, I see the giant over there in the distance. Beehives are worth too much money and really RNG heavy. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much why beehives are banned. Is they're worth a lot, so they can change the entire trajectory of a run. And that kind of makes some categories boring. So people have created, beehives categories for certain run types and all. 27, we're 33, and it's eclipsed again. So 2 eclipses in a row is definitely not what you want to see, because that means I'm losing out on 2 days of loot that I potentially could have gotten. So I'll only have about 300 on ship after I sell for this quota. But it will still keep us alive for the 5th quota and probably the 6th and 7th at the very least, with just 1 or 2 good days and not many skips. I think people underestimate how difficult it is to get a good run, because you not only have to find the scrap, but you need to find it on days where it's not a mansion, which is a different type of layout on the interior, which it looks like a mansion. And that's worse because the loot spawns significantly further away on Titan and on most maps actually that have mansion. And mansion layouts are much bigger than facility layouts, which makes the loot harder to find. Which is one big reason why people actually only run V40 over 49. Because in version 45 and onward, they made the mansion chance for Titan significantly higher, which means less loot near the entrances, harder to find that loot. There's also plenty of other reasons. I did talk about the fall damage and also certain items that are really bad that aren't available on 40 but are on like 45 plus, like whoopee cushions are hardly ever worth more than $10. And then there's homemade flashbangs. Okay, I sold way too much there. I sold about 770. Not quite. But it's okay, because we made some time back on that quota. Still overtime, but so 750. I oversold there because I did not take into account the apparatus, which is why I don't like selling those. They always mess with my math. All right, but at least we'll have plenty on ships. That way we don't have to sell as much in the next few quotas. 754. So that's a pretty bad quota roll compared to the average quota roll, which is around 720, if not lower, about 718 or so. That is $37 or $37 above. It's not a make or break for the run. It's just far from ideal for what you want. So that was a decent enough scan. It's very average. About 3,600 is pretty much average. 3,600 to around 4,000 is the range that I think most Titans will show you a scan of. And this is a mansion that I was talking about, unfortunately. These mansion chances on 40 are only like a 3% chance of getting it. As you can see, you'll find pretty much nothing. I was actually kind of worried because there's a range of items and stuff that, or a range of value that mansions will spawn in, and 3600 is right inside that range.
Oh, I see. Oh,
So
so you even have all your facility / mansion value memorized too.
Then again, it's not like 100% true that just because a scan is this much that it'll be off mansion. It just it will give you a slightly better sense. So maybe if you weren't sure about going that day or something like that, you could just skip it. As you can see, I've only found one item in this entire mansion. I'll make that 2, make that 3. But really just taking 1 or 2 inventories from a mansion is kind of a win. And I'm pretty sure over there where I was the maze. Because on mansion layouts, and most layouts to be honest, there's only one direction that will put you in the way that will bring you to the deeper sections of the map. So now I'm going to go fire exit, because in theory fire exit should give you more, because it will spawn deeper in, and since mansions are so unbelievably massive on this map, it'll spawn you closer to the loot, in theory. Keyword is in theory. There's never a guarantee in this game. I got an air horn though. That's the Bracken, my good friend.
Your good friend, yeah.
Yeah, friend I use loosely as a term. Alright, if I don't have anything here, I'm just gonna leave. Another way to know if there's Brackens is that in this version of the game, the game itself is kind of unoptimized. So you get sometimes like lag spikes when either the Bracken or Spore Lizard is the other one that will really lag your game out. If you get a ton of lag spikes, you might consider like turning around every so often just to check to make sure that it is that there's no Bracken after you. So that was one inventory, probably worth about just under 200, maybe around 190, 195 or so. Which is really not going to help our run, but it will give us at least a little bit of loot, I suppose. $24 object or 2,700. That's a pretty bad scan, but hopefully the seed can bless up and give us some good spawn locations for the items. One thing I've noticed is I haven't really found like any items of value like at all. No lamps, no perfumes, I don't believe. One painting and it was really bad value. Yeah, it's just sometimes this game just doesn't like you. And that's really unfortunate, but it's okay because I like the game. I will continue to play this. It's a locker room. No lockers, so I am over 3 on locker rooms with any amount of good items. And there's another Bracken. So I don't know if I actually explained how Brackens work, but they will sneak up on you completely silently. And the way to counter them is by staring at them for like a second until you hear like some like kind of like leaves ruffling, and then it will start to retreat. And then after 23 seconds, it'll go back to trying to sneak up behind you. So Like, I'm safe right now. I don't have to look back, but probably when I go into fire exit, I will have to start being aware of my surroundings once again. It's very unfortunate that on an open day, a Bracken is going to spawn this early in the game. Sometimes things just happen like that. That is the apparatus, which is quite nice. If I have a key for it, which I think I saw one at the over here through this door, I did. I got a hairbrush and bottles. Like I said, I'm checking my back, checking around me. But the Bracken is smart. It won't just if you turn around and go look at a corner, it won't just run around the corner. It will hold its time. But that time he kind of did just run around the corner. So I was able to de-aggro him. Is the term that I'd use for that. And so that should let me transport the rest of the items out of here without having to worry about this Bracken. Mark, I do apologize if my whole allocated 3 hours never gets filled. I know you put down some extra time for me just in case, but
I mean, I was thinking you could, like, if you like get to maybe like 7 quota or something, you could just do another 3 quota and then new run just to make it for the time.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I could do some. I don't know how much people want to watch it, but like 3 quota resets to try and get a good seed or something like that. I suppose it's a relatively interesting idea. It would bring in some new concepts like skipping days to sell stuff. Like, I suppose like 3 quota would not be a bad idea. It would be a little boring, and there's like no guarantee that anything interesting would happen, but if something interesting did happen, that'd be pretty cool. And it's showcases like a different type of Lethal Company running that's less about endurance and more about that speed that speedrunners like. But for me, a lot of the times when I get like short times, like my personal best quota 1 run, which is just getting enough scrap to sell the first quota after the first day, which is 245 scrap in the one inventory essentially. Like, my personal best is a 3-minute time, and that happened while I was trying to get a quota 10 run, and I just happened to get a really good seed. And the same thing with my quota 3 time is I was just doing quota 10, and then I got a good quota 1. I sold quota 1 immediately, and then I got a good like next like 3 days or whatever, and they gave me like a 16-minute time, which put me in like 30th. So.
Oh yeah, by the way, Bully, how would you say you're enjoying yourself in this event as of this current moment?
At this current moment, it's not going great because the run isn't perfect, but I can't expect perfection out of the run.
True.
But
I mean,
this event is a really cool concept, and I'm glad you guys are doing this. I'm definitely gonna donate when my run is up. It's like good cause, good cause.
Exactly.
I'm glad that this is happening. Some good people running it. I'm glad you invited me out to this. Oh, the Bracken again. I've got him like every day. It's usually not this common that he spawns.
Oh, by the way, Bully, would you mind entertaining the viewers by yourself for a bit? Because I kind of want to go take a shower. It's like,
yeah, yeah, I got it.
It's like 100 degrees in my room in Fahrenheit.
Oh, Jesus. All right, well, yeah, you go take a shower. I can entertain the stream.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. So this main entrance wasn't terrible. There's some loot rooms pretty much right around main, which I'll take. I'm gonna leave this key outside to go fire exit just in case I need one when I go there. Should miss no other items. And then I'm gonna go fire exit. I would like to get a day or two where it's just like really good, and I've yet to have that happen. But maybe that could change sometime soon. Buddy, just a bracken. So if you guys heard that, it like de-aggroes him. He'll make that like rustling sound, and then he'll start to walk away while staring at you still. And one key is to not keep staring at him while he's running away, because if he ever goes into pause mode, where he stops and stares at you, he'll get angry, and he could go hostile and attack, which is obviously not ideal, considering that he will just kill you if it comes down to it. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good at all. That rock spawn may not allow me to get any of this loot. I might have to do a little bit of parkouring. I don't know if I can get to the stuff. Wow. Just... Oh, I don't think I can grab that. That's very unfortunate. I'm gonna try one little way drop down again. I don't think I can get the stuff though. That's gonna lose me like, yeah, like $300-400. Yeah, I can't get the stuff. Okay. That's very unfortunate that that rock spawned there in a spot where I just can't grab the items that I dropped. That is going to leave me with a pretty, really bad day there, considering that I found enough items, but I couldn't grab it anymore. Another thing about Lethal Company speedrunning is the decision-making aspect. A lot of people count out, you know, why you do certain actions. 65 is just... It's just not looking great, but it's okay. This is a run that I don't hate. This run, if I'm gonna keep it completely honest, doesn't really have a chance, but it's a good showcase of some of the tech and some of the concepts that Lethal Company runners use in their runs to cut speed from just doing casual. Which is actually really cool. I just need to suffer quota, which is 754 in this situation. How much do I got? Oh, this is like nothing. I really won't have much on ship after I'm done selling, so... $409, so I need to sell 350 more. So one more item. $355, that should be good, right? Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, we got a good sell there at the very least. So 764, just 10 over. That's pretty good. That is right around where you want to be, considering how fast that was. Especially since we have to really be crunched for money going into these last this last second half of the run. One thing that I am I do want to test out is I kind of want to show off jetpack strats. I want to show off. 1046 is actually really brutal. That is $72 over average quota roll. So these quotas are not kind. Kind of scared of a stormy day like this. I've died. Quite a few runs of mine have died to lightning that is completely random. This run hopefully is not one, and we're blocked by a rock. Very nice. Now there is a secondary entrance to Titan, which is it also blocked by a rock? Don't tell me. Okay, no, we were able to get past it. Just barely, though. Almost blocked by a rock. I'll say that much. But yeah, this is the secondary entrance. It's significantly slower, but if your entrance is blocked and you can't get up in any way, it's the alternate. But yeah, lightning is very angry on Titan, I feel like. Lightning is not ideal, obviously. There's a server room through there. Now, server rooms are kind of like loot rooms. Like, they look like rooms. They produce light like loot rooms do. Except they're, like, they hardly ever spawn items. It's about the same as just a maze tile spawning an item. Which sucks. And it's not due to them being designed to not spawn items. It's due to the way that they're coded. Like, their spawn radius for items is, like, bigger than the room itself. So stuff will, like, spawn the walls and all that. Which is really cool, to be honest. It's annoying because the rooms suck, but it's actually kind of cool that they like spawn so uniquely. Alright, let's just leave with these 2 items. And then we can go to fire escape. More maze tiles. Just wonderful. Let's grab this last item. And now we kind of have to leave. The gesture like that. Okay, gesture is cranking. And we are leaving. Not a fan. By any means. I haven't really had a good day in this run, like, at all yet. Had like an okay day or few. Outside of that, it's really just not been giving me anything.
Looks hard, man.
Sorry, what was that?
Rough day.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like that. I've been on assurance for 3 hours straight before, so I've like sometimes the game just doesn't like you, and you kind of gotta go with it. But I'm just gonna play this one out and let it happen.
It's fine. No pressure.
Mm-hmm. The nerves are gone after quota 1.
What quota are we right now?
So currently this is the 6th quota.
Oh, 6-1.
So this isn't bad pace. It's just that this average is really bad.
Oh.
I don't have enough per day to make it to the end, which is what I was talking about as you know, like the hardest part of the run.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
I've yet
Hey, Mark.
to find. One loot room. Hopefully it's good.
So, Bully, how much quota have you passed since I took a shower? Like, one.
One. I
Quota.
think this is quota 6 now. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we've actually like come quite a bit.
yeah, this is a decent. I mean, decent for how far I've made, but not great for the money wise. But that's okay. I was able to show off the run.
Exactly.
I think I do want to try showing off jetpack stuff. I'm not great with the jetpack, but I think introducing people to jetpack strats is something I should do.
I haven't even.
All right, let's
used
leave
the
an
jetpack.
inventory. Wait, sorry, what?
I haven't used the jetpack.
The
Normal
jetpack
run.
is
Yeah.
really confusing. If you don't understand the mechanics of it, it's like impossible to use, and you'll just start spinning around in circles. Because it's a thing where you have to tap the buttons instead of like holding them down to go in a direction. So you tap a direction, and it'll hold that way. It's kind of complicated. I mean, I kind of got to go in. Kind of got to find loot. Can't just take these mediocre days.
You gotta actually go in and take a loot.
Yeah.
Cough up the money.
There's another bracken spawn. And there's a thumper. And thumpers are very bad. Bad news bears.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this isn't good. All right, and that's it. Wow.
Oh, unfortunate.
I was lost there. I had to try and go in to get more loot,
Man.
and I just couldn't find my way back in time with that thumper on my ass.
Is the run salvageable or is it completely dead at this
No,
point?
it's completely dead. So I lost
yeah.
everything that I had on the ship. So
Shit.
Well-
when you die, pretty much your entire run is dead. So
Well,
that's what's
I
so
guess
brutal
we
about this
get one
category.
quota.
You want to see some one quota resets? All right, we could do that. Yeah, if you don't want your timer, here, I'm gonna load my last, but that's fine because it's going to be you'll have to be resetting it a lot. I wouldn't even bother. I'm going to quota one sure good enough. Okay.
We got around 2 hours of filler time, but honestly, because we're Asian, our time zones are really jank compared to you guys, so we might also need a break as well. But we don't have to
Yeah,
stay 2 hours.
If I don't think I could do quota one resets for 2 hours straight. I'm gonna be honest. I could do it for maybe like 30 minutes or so, but because you'll see what quota one is like. Probably one of the worst categories in the game in terms of enjoyment. Because you need to get one inventory worth 245 or more, and I think I'm already gonna reset. So it's I need a reset macro, but it's just this over and over again.
Fun.
Yeah, real exciting stuff.
Joy of speedrunning. Reset. Just get a better
Yeah.
pace, bro.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of my runs end like that. That one, I don't think I would have even had it that far if I wouldn't even have played that one out that far. But it's okay because, like I said, I got to show off the strats, the tech. I got to play the game, which some days I don't get to do. I don't get to get off this map a lot of days. So But the world record run for this is crazy because he finds all items worth whatever he needs in the first room, all like right next to him, and it only weighed him like 24 pounds or something like that. So that's really low weight, really good items. My current personal, so world record is a 222. My current personal best is a 30.
Yo,
I think it's just a 3-minute flat run. I actually got it yesterday.
Huh.
Yeah, quota one is a category for sure. That's about all I gotta say about it. But if you guys want to take a break, you don't have to feel obligated to keep this time slot up. I kind of came in knowing that I probably I set the expectation of if the run hypothetically were to complete.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Just go ahead. Kind of rested up earlier.
I'm still gonna try and stay as long as I can.
Yeah.
I still have quite a few runs to watch.
We're almost there, Mark.
Yeah, how many do you guys have left?
5.
Excluding you, we got 3 more.
Yeah.
Titanfall, Pizza Tower, and Messenger?
Yeah.
Oh wait, Fabix is doing Messenger?
Yep.
I can't wait to bully him. Okay. I mean, I can't wait to
Support
to
your
support him in his
friend.
run.
Yeah.
Support my friend in his run.
That's a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Call him a cheater.
I feel
mean-
bad for having like the longest time slot and then only taking like an hour of it.
No, it's fine. It happens.
All right.
I mean, I honestly feel like it's better than having like a small time slot and taking more than what
True.
you to take.
True.
Which is what
Oh
happened to
yeah,
me.
that derails a lot of things.
Well, to
That's
be
why.
fair,
That's why my run was like. I'm not complaining. I was just wondering. I was just observed why it was like 20 minutes behind or something.
Oh, and there's a reset, guys.
Yep.
But actually, like derailing runs actually happened to me. But the only reason is because my laptop has terrible load times now for whatever reason. So the real time ended up being 37 minutes, and my in-game time was 32 minutes,
Dang.
which is pretty crazy.
I could put this up. I need like 100 here though. No. I mean, I'll. I don't think this is even enough.
Now resetting.
Hold on. The pickles though.
Wait, who got you by the way? Was it the Bracken or?
It was Thumper.
Oh, Thumper.
I was lost and I had to deal
It
with
was
the
dark.
Thumper.
It was hazy. You know.
Mm-hmm. What was your guys' favorite run to watch so far this event?
I run. I mean, what?
Okay.
okay, man.
I honestly think it was either Nine's Facade run or Hawk's Elden Ring run. Two very fun runs.
Elden Ring does sound like a fun.
Yeah.
Elden Ring was just really interesting, and Facade was just really funny to me.
Yeah, Facade is an odd
True.
odd game.
Just
Interesting for
right
sure.
What's the banana costume by?
Yeah, the banana costume did it. That brought the run together. But I'm glad I'm not a Q1 resetter. What another crazy thing about the world record run is it only took him like 50 or like 70 resets to get a damn near perfect time.
Yeah.
I have come up with this like no, it's not a real category, but it's like I use the world record seed to do quota to do quota 1, and I just see how much I can optimize it.
Yeah.
It's with a mod that allows you to pick the seed, so I just use the world record seed, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten it down to a 216 something. I could run that. That might be interesting. That's more like fun speedrun
Okay.
than whatever this is.
Feel
I can
honestly, We can
You want
honestly
to.
do a couple runs of that actually, if you want to.
Yeah, I actually find that really fun. It's not an actual category, but it would be really cool if it was.
Yeah, let's
So
do
I
that.
will get my mod loaded up for it.
Let me reset. Mark, what you typed in? He died at 6. That sounds so bad without context.
Oh,
Coda 6 would have helped, man.
I died to Thumper Fabrics.
There we go.
I don't know, running, right? I think it's this one. Yeah, modded. That's 6 quota. How did you even find my channel, Mark? I don't remember.
Oh, you were playing with Fabrics and Quincy, and I was like,
That's right. I remember that
"Say,
now.
Fabrics, why are you betraying
Oh,
me?"
that's how you guys.
I remember that was squads. We had some decent runs going. Hold on, I need a world record seed. I need to get it's pulled up on the Lethal Company speedrun page.
Wait, how did you meet the Fabrics?
Tipper.
Mm,
Which is another friend of Bully.
I see.
I met a lot of really cool people. That's probably my favorite part about speedrunning this game is that the amount of like really nice people I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I met Mark. Speedrunning
that is
Cuphead.
true.
Actually, no, I was playing Cuphead normally, right? Or no, wait. No, I was
I'm pretty sure you
practicing.
were speedrunning.
Yeah, I
I
was
actually
practicing.
remember. I should remember.
Hold on,
Like
I
you were
should
trying speedrun
probably
Cuphead.
stream this, shouldn't I? You guys kind of want to see this,
Yeah,
don't you?
should. But yeah, you were speedrunning Cuphead, and I saw the amount of viewers you had, and I was like, nah. Until Fabrics was like, hey, hey, Mark, check out this guy. He's speedrunning Cuphead. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, how many viewers do you pull, Swamp? I didn't really know about you before Mark invited me on here and I joined your server and stuff. I watched you a couple times.
Me? I don't know. On a good day or
Yeah, just I don't know, normal.
oh normal
time.
numbers. 30 around so.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
he's a professional streamer.
True.
But like on a really good day, 100 sometimes.
Dang.
One time I got raided by this really famous Japanese runner. I had like 100 viewers too.
Yeah.
I think the best I've ever had, I got rated by Short Sheriff, who does some Elden Ring and recently does a lot of Lethal Company. Wait, where am I
Yeah.
going? Okay, this one's dead. I think I peaked at like 150 viewers that
Dang.
stream. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's big.
That was during my 50-hour stream. I don't know if either of you know about that happened. I did 50 hours straight.
I was in there, bro.
Wait, were you? Were you in there
Yeah.
for that?
I typed
I
it a few times.
Okay, what am I
Actually, I may not have typed because every time I would try to go in, you were sleeping.
doing? Yeah, I only slept for like 6 hours though. I think you just got really unlucky. No, it was more like 8. It was more like 8 hours total.
Oh,
That reminds
dude,
me, I need to sleep.
I think the biggest raid I've had was like with SD Peach raiding me during the subathon. I was like
Pretty hype.
1K viewers. Fuck.
Wait, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was like nothing peaked that ever.
That's absurd.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We should do full squad. Wait, you want me, you, Fabrics, you want me, you, Mark, and Swamp to run squads lethal? This is the squad you want?
You guys can do it.
You guys.
No, you, me, my muscles, and my cup and skill.
Okay. Okay, so. Oh wait, the timer hasn't been started. Oh my god, I forget. You have when you do the auto splitter, you have to deactivate and reactivate it, and it didn't. It hasn't been. I forgot to do that. Cause for my world record for my PB on set seed, so the time that I pulled the lever at was 49 seconds and 0.43 milliseconds. So basically, I need to Around tie that. I think I think I could optimize the company building movement by about like 0.2 seconds, but not by much. Oh, I missed that. That's what it said.
Right, read the messages then.
Oh wait. My dad told me to wash his car, so I spent all day washing it. And when he asked me whether the car was clean or not, I just said Fabrics. He smiled so he knew it was washed. Oh my lord.
Oh shit.
Fabrics is running NMG, that's all I'm saying. He's resorted to running
no.
to bad categories. I watch Fabrics sometimes.
Ah.
More than I probably should, considering.
Is Fabrics racist or no?
What?
The Chilean people can be racist.
True.
I'm just curious. Secret, what is this?
Wait, I know your secret, Fabrics? This one's probably dead because I fucked the juggle up. Wait, you're still doing set seed? Yeah. The time is kind of crazy. Runs dead. That was a 51 pull time. It's not good. Me and Fab, I didn't know it was possible to do set seed. So it's kind of scuffed. Set seed is like, you have to use mods. So, that's why it's not an actual category. But I could talk about it getting added to the modded board. I could probably talk. I don't know. No, because never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up. Sorry. But I don't know anyone on the modded board anymore for Lethal Company. I used to know some. People, but yeah, I don't know modded board. Go faster. Wait, why is Favix giving me the best advice possible? But me and Favix had like a decent enough run going last night. we were on like last quota. If it was like a 20-minute quota, we would have gotten like second or something. It was his fault that I forgot to press the button to open the gate.
Bro.
Broly is a professional thrower. You are too, though. Wait, no, it's mostly Quincy. Remember when we were gonna get our second and squads run, and then Quincy took off early?
Oh.
And then left you behind, and then we didn't have enough money on ship. We were short by like 200, and Favix's inventory was worth more than 200 when Quincy left. That's pretty good. So that's 0.3. I think that's one of my best pull times so far. So you guys get to see some rare tech here. It's really stupid and it doesn't really do anything, but you can just go on the side of this. That's the whole strat. Lethal Company strats are pretty willy-nilly, I'll say that much. This is kind of cool though. I discovered this one. This one gives you like a momentum boost when you jump over that railing there.
Oh.
This might be it. I have to beat a 215.77.
Okay.
Please. Auto splitter is actually so handy though. Huge new P 215.24.
Nice.
Sub 215 I think is possible then.
My feeling when we're like a 33.23 carrying and think 32 is possible.
I'm pretty sure I could optimize the leave time because basically the biggest thing is just the routing with like the juggling. I want to know exactly what the best like juggling pattern is. Like how many times should I sprint to how many times should I juggle? And then if this jump can be optimized a little bit more, like can I do this slightly faster? Like it's already pretty fast. I'm pretty sure that grabbing clown horn is faster than grabbing remote first though, because if you grab clown or remote first, then you have to drop the engine to grab the clown horn. I've run this too many times. I have like 200 attempts on a fake category. It's really fun though. I'm a person who loves like perfecting movements and stuff. I'll say this helps me with like remembering the way back to assurance completely backwards. I think I could, yeah, I can navigate your assurance completely blindfolded. Not blindfolded, but while I'm backwards, like 0.29 plus. I'll play this out. It might be good company if it's fully optimal. But I got like 215.24. That saved me 0.5 seconds. Yeah, 0.553 seconds. So I got a minus 0.2 company. I think I could have had slightly more optimized movement jumping back to ship though.
Yeah, let's see this.
This is the leave time is plus 0.29, so it's not perfect, but you wait till there. First one, double. If I can get good. That was slightly better, I think. I don't know if that saves me enough to. Oh, I fucked it up.
Oh no.
I thought I had it. I don't know why I stopped holding it down. Well, what am I doing? I am a professional thrower. I'm living up to the name that FX has given me. I'm gonna, Favix, I hope you know I'm coming for you when you're running your dumbass game. I don't remember the name of it.
He's already fired up, man.
Listen, all I'm saying is you're not good enough to get the Cuphead slot. There's a reason that you're not running Cuphead in this event. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's even here. I don't care.
Just like that, he just left.
Yeah, he's ducking smoke, I see. Why is bro getting cooked now? Who, Favix? I know. I can't pick these items up. Hazelnuts did
All night.
Hollow Knight. Yeah, one of my friends is into Hollow Knight speedrunning. He's not good at it at all, but he likes he doesn't actually run, he just like knows the strats and stuff. He's an enjoyer of those routing and all that. I've actually been working on Skyrim glitchless. Like I have the first half the splits memorized. Like the routing and stuff, but I haven't worked on it in like 3 weeks now.
How long's the runs on Skyrim?
So glitched is a whole mess. I don't even know what's going on there. Horse tilt is fucking wild, but excuse me, freaking wild. But with glitchless, it's like the world record is like a 105 hour and 5 minutes.
Oh.
And it's I don't understand how he does it. Like I'll do the exact same routing as him, as Lithium, the world record holder, and he'll just be like 10 seconds faster on every single split.
Just optimized, just like that.
I think if I remember, if I got all the splits down, I just get a run in, and then I fully optimize. Because I think he uses a different strat from the guide that I was watching the splits on. Because the guy's like 3 years old. Oh wait, I'm stuck. Okay.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Bomb. May I take a nap, by the way?
Gonna nap?
You go for it.
Yeah.
I need like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I'll try and get one more PB, and then I'm probably gonna free the time up for you guys, so you can do like a break before your next slot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get a 30-minute nap after I watch this. Okay.
Like that attempt?
I'm going.
You like the attempt?
Yeah, I love the attempt. Yeah.
Why are you hitting on hazelnuts? What is happening?
Always on hazelnuts.
Okay.
You haven't seen our DMs.
I see.
Should I be concerned?
No, I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be back in 36 minutes and 1 second. Bye.
See you, man.
What in the world? Okay, that was good grab time though. Yeah, I haven't slept in like 40 hours. Should probably do that soon.
Should. I think I've been up for.
Here's the thing though, is that like all of the Lethal Company speedrunners are actual gremlins. And they
What?
wake up at like 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
And that means that if I want to like chat or like run Lunch Lady or run or do Among Us with them,
Yeah.
they fucking it's at 4 a.m. we played Among Us from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then I had work at 9. Such a bad schedule.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, because they're all unemployed. No
Yep.
wonder they're holding world records and stuff. I'm teasing, obviously. I love all these company people.
All the time in the world.
For real. No, but Speedrun Kitty wakes up at Andrew Speedrun Kitty wakes up at 9 p.m. He'll come into like Lodo's chat or something and be. I know these names mean nothing to you, but but he'll go into streamers chat and be like, "Good morning," at like 9 p.m.
Jesus.
It's so screwed.
Dejan sleep schedule for sure.
It's so bad. They're all like gremlins. And now now in a server where we all do like where we all chat and stuff. I've been pinged out to the like Among Us player role. So now like I'm gonna get pinged every day at like 3 a.m. to play Among Us.
Shit. What time is it? Among Us.
What do you mean?
It's Among Us.
It's Among Us. Very true. Currently for me it's 6 p.m. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but
7 a.m. for me?
so you're also in Asia, right?
Yeah.
What part of the continent?
Philippines.
I see. Yeah, it is normal time for me, but 7 a.m. is kind of brutal. So you've been going like from like 9 p.m. your time to like now. Jesus.
7 p.m. my time? Yeah,
That's
it was
12
7 p.m.
hours.
Yeah. Then I got
That's true. I started my runs like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this is my last attempt.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Casual 10-minute PB. I'll just get a sub 2 right here. But basically, the only way that like a set seed time could be improved or world record time could be improved is if they just find a better seed. But at the moment, there's no better seed. I mean, in theory, there is, but it's on version 40, and mod support is just terrible for version 40 down patch versions of the game. Because this is currently 49, which is the only one. Like I have tried. I've gone into the code of the mod and tried to make it version 40. Like I just can't get it to work. So. I can't contact the mod creator. There's like nothing, so I don't know how to make a. Like I can't make mods. I can like edit them slightly, but I can't make anything. So. But I think the coolest part about Setseed isn't necessarily the times themselves. Okay, that was terrible. But just like proving theories, like how fast time could potentially be. All right, well. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to do runs. I appreciate that you let me show the speedrun community what Lethal Company speedruns are about.
Yep. All right. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Thank you, buddy. And that's Lethal Company. At least we
No.
tried. You guys know how the
It's kind
you guys know how the
rough.
route
Lethal,
is.
Yeah, Lethal Company is an odd game to run, especially the
Yeah.
showcase.
Pretty surprised when I
Alright,
saw
we'll
it
see
the
ya.
first time. But yeah, like see you
Yeah.
next time, Billy. Giving
Have a good night.
follow.
Morning.
Morning, yeah. Yeah, shout out to this guy. Ah, shit. Well, I think we go on. Be right back for now. Shit, Mark went to bed.